Another one of Nintendo's flop franchises. The Legend of someone or other. You know, everybody loves Legend of Zelda, it seems like. I'm sort of out of the loop on Zelda, but you know what? I love A Link to the Past. This game is one of the only Zelda games I actually have any experience with, which is why I'm playing it today. And you know, I just love that little elf boy Zelda. He's a great character, I like him a lot. And it's just fun to play. This one I like a lot, the other ones I don't really care for. And I think this is a good time to bring it up. I don't really care that much about the story. I know it's probably sacrilege, but the story element really isn't for me. I don't care that there's 7 wise men and the whatever, and the shards of power. They'll explain that, and when they do, I'll kind of skim over it, because I think what really is the only thing I care about in this game is how it plays, it's fun, and honestly, it's really the only thing that I think is important. That's just how I play it, but I do like the game, that's why I'm playing it, I promise. So, I hope any Zelda fans don't take any offense, but just not really my thing, and this Zelda kid is trying to get back to bed, but I guess that's... maybe we can get in from this side. No, I guess not. Well, that's okay, no biggie. We do get a lamp, though, which is good, because, I mean, if we were asleep, I would assume it was pretty dark out. As someone was talking to us, I don't remember exactly what it was about, I wasn't paying attention, but that's just me, man, who cares? I don't care about the story. If you do, I'm very sorry. But the best part about this game is you can lift bushes and stuff and find stuff. And I mean, if they just made a game out of lifting bushes, you'd bet your sweet bippy I'd play it. And what do these gentlemen have to say? I could stay up when I get grown up? Man, that's the bee's knees. Why didn't anybody tell me that? Well, I have confirmed with several grown-ups, and you actually can stay up when you get older. You can watch TV even, just don't turn it on too loud or your dad will come in and get mad at you. But, I mean, like, you can usually do good stuff when you're up late. Like, record videos, or... I imagine there's other stuff. Oh, I can't go in the castle, huh? I can't go in the castle, Mr. Knight? Well, I have something to say to you about that. Eat a fucking bush. Lady, stop interrupting me. I'm throwing bushes at people. Alright, inside of the garden, whatever, I'll go find it. If it'll make you stop whining and let me throw more bushes, then fine, I will... It's not even worth it anymore, she ruined the moment. Thanks a lot. I was having fun, and you gotta whine about how you're kidnapped or whatever. Jesus, what was she talking about? Castles? I'm in the castle, what is she talking about? Jeez. I'm playing a game, I'm having fun... Some lady's gotta interrupt me, I'm picking up bushes and throwing them, and she... Jesus! There's a hole under these bushes. This game is too scary. There's water all over the place, and that little corn... This guy, I don't know, this guy is upset about something, or he's taking a nap. I don't know. And, yeah, the power of our people. Whatever, we got it. Yeah, she's my sister, okay. And... now, we can use this sword, and... we can't even lift that guy? Man, this game is bugged beyond belief. You know, call me a dummy, but when I was a kid, I didn't actually realize his uncle died. It's weird, like, I just saw that, I was like, well, people don't die in video games, they must be tired. But we got a rupee in that treasure chest, and we can light up the lamp, and we have to use those little green vials, those are magic, to fuel the lamp, and any other most other items that are in that area. You'll see some more, though, don't worry about that for now. But the sword also cuts bushes, not quite as awesome as lifting them, but what are you gonna do? It's all good. I don't care. I'll talk more about sword play sooner or later. I don't know. Dead uncles. I didn't think this game... I didn't think Nintendo was capable of tackling issues like dead uncles. I thought that was a Sega area for sure. But Nintendo proved me wrong. Granted, I was a stupid kid, so I didn't understand. And there's actually an Easter egg up here for you crazy kids. You see, you can go into this secret entrance, but... well, if you just... Okay, what you have to do is you have to slash that thing with your sword, but you have to do the circle attack that your uncle told you about. Hold on. You can go up a little. Damn it! This isn't working at all. Okay, that's not an Easter egg. My mistake. I'll talk about an Easter egg if I find one, but that was no Easter egg. It was clearly a glitch in the system, because that can't have been there for any reason. I'm sure we will never see it again. You couldn't see that, but I just winked at you. Okay. Now let's keep going, and I gotta say, I love the shit out of these stupid knights, because they're ones that have little dumb daggers who just kind of waddle around, and they look like chubbier and dumber than the ones with swords. Like, this one's blue with a sword, so he clearly takes an extra hit. But there's some elite tricks you can do with your sword. You can hold the button to stick it out, and when you do so, enemies can walk into it, or you can spin it around. If you're holding your sword out, it doesn't do as much damage as slashing or spinning, but it is still handy, and spinning around, you do more damage. So do the spinning attack, and knock people into pits with pots. That's also very important. That's one of those things you just gotta do, because it's funny, the little animation of them, like, freaking out and falling into the pit. It's one of the best things in this game, on top of, I don't know, I can't think of that many good things. This is a pretty good game, though. Not as good as, like, I couldn't think of another good game. I don't know any game, like, I don't know. People ask me to play Zelda sometimes, and I don't have a whole lot to think. Like, people care about, like, Zelda timelines and plots and stuff. I'm like, I couldn't give any possible fuck about Zelda. Like, I don't know when this game takes place. I couldn't tell you. I don't care. Who gives a shit? Like, I'm the worst kind of... I can't be part of, like, a fandom or whatever, because, like, who gives a shit? Like, I enjoy things, but who cares? Well, no, see, it could take place. It's fun to argue about when these games happen, I guess, if you think so. Doesn't sound like fun to me, man. I just want to play the fucking game. Who gives a hoot? In this, the year of our Lord, 2013, somebody is still wondering when Link to the Past mattered. But we got a boomerang. Forget about times, because we got good times coming. Boomerang times. When you hit enemies with it, it stuns some of them. But the boomerang has pretty low range, but it'll get better someday. You just gotta hope and dream and wish with all your might, and maybe you'll get a better boomerang. But you just gotta keep wishing. But we are almost at the princess, at least. And if you check the map, you'd figure that out. I don't really need to check the map, because this is an unbelievably simple little maze here. It's a very straightforward area. You don't have to really figure things out. And here is the boss. This is the elite guard they used to protect the most pivotal and important part of their plot. And now he's dead after throwing 2 jars at him. If somebody fucking slipped and spilled something on him, he would be half dead. I would probably have thought someone else might have been better tasked for this job. But we got some more money. The money system here is rupees. You get 1's green, 1 is green, 5 are blue, and then 20 are red. That's pretty awesome. You gotta keep finding money. You get it mostly from killing enemies. Sometimes you'll find chests. Yeah, I understand, of course. I don't know what the fuck she was talking about. This game is my life. Like, if I'm not paying attention, somebody says I understand, I'll just say, yeah, sure. Who cares? Fucking, well, they don't know any different. I know what I'm talking about. I'm okay. I'm never gonna fucking see these people again. I'm gonna drop this princess lady off. I'm gonna go back to sleep. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean. Do you understand? Yes or no? Not at all. And this game, for some reason, like, whenever somebody brings up the idea of an escort mission, I always think of this, even though this is not an escort mission at all. This is really... She can't get hurt. This princess cannot get hurt. She'll be just fine. There's really nothing to worry about here. You're gonna be just dandy. As long as you're not just dying and getting hit by people and running away. And I actually do like that the knights kind of parry your sword with theirs. It actually adds some level of challenge. It teaches you that enemies have sweet spots that you want to aim for. Not always is that accurate, but for the most part, enemies are not going to be cut and dry, hit with your sword and kill them. There's going to be some difficulty with them, and you just need to kind of focus and figure all that stuff out. It's fun. And I'm excited, because in this room I know there's some of those, there's like those stupid knights with the daggers, and the ones with the swords are all like, whoa, tough, and these ones with the fucking daggers are just like, I can't find him. Like, they don't charge at you, it's really great. It's just funny, because they're stupid, and they just look so bummed out to be alive. The blue ones are all tough, and the green ones are kind of tough, and then the ones with the green ones all have the daggers. They're just like, I hope he doesn't throw the boomerang at me, I'm gonna get hurt. They can't even attack you, it's really wonderful. Like, unless you walk into them, they can't hurt you, it's the best. It's one of my favorite things. And now, for making me come into this awful castle, I'm going to teach you a lesson, madam. I'm going to slash apart all of your curtains, and that'll teach you for getting kidnapped. I hope that this deters you from such kidnapping scheme ever again. Thank you very much for keeping attention. And I do have a light. I have to use magic to light it. I don't actually know personally how like lanterns work in real life, but I'm pretty sure you actually do need magic to activate them or something. I forget exactly how they work. But come on in here, and she wasn't dicking around when she said it was dark. It's pretty dark, and for a beautiful castle, there sure are mice all over the place in here. You'd think they'd like be able to fix that up, but I guess I'm just arguing realistic semantics in a fucking Nintendo game, so who cares about that? And you don't really need to use the lantern in here, obviously. You can just walk around, you can basically be blind as a mouse if you need to be. But, you know, if you use the light, obviously, it's going to be easier to do. It's basically just teaching you, hey, use the lantern on these things, and you will light things up. And if you use the lamp, you'll be just fine in any areas that need it, and that actually comes in handy later, so you see, it's teaching you things. Nintendo was pretty good about not being super obnoxious. Like, I feel like what she's telling you about saying, oh, well, it's gonna be dark inside, do you have a lamp? I feel like if you already have the lamp and it's dark, I think you're kind of going to figure that out pretty quickly, what you need to do. I don't think they even really needed to say that much, but I understand, it's a kid's game, so maybe just that little extra push helped out a little bit. I'm not positive. I was never fucking stupid enough to do that. There's one thing in this game I was very, very stupid about, and one of the reasons I'm playing this, I want to be vindicated. I want people to help me out and tell me if I was fair in not knowing how to do something, and we're gonna get there. Take guesses below what you think it is that I couldn't figure out. You're all gonna be wrong, because it's even stupider than that, I guarantee it. But I had a guide as a kid, and the guide didn't tell me how to do something. It like skimmed over something, and it just completely left me lost. But I don't know. Now I'm not necessarily sure if these sewers, I guess these sewers are for the castle. I thought they were just like general Hyrule sewers, I don't know. But whatever, it doesn't make a difference. Lots more rupees. I keep thinking, for some reason, it got in my head that if you do the spin attack, that it gets you rupees more often. I don't have any proof of that. It seemed like it at a time, but then it stopped doing that, so fucking, I don't know, I don't care. It's all bullshit. It's all elf garbage, doesn't make a difference. Fucking stupid game. Rupees my ass. I don't know how to get any of this. Everything's costs too much anyway. You're gonna be buying all this junk. You don't have to buy that much, honestly. Just you buy at your leisure. You know, that's the good thing about this game, is most of the shit you have to buy is pretty optional. But I'm gonna buy all of it anyway, because I have to get every item, or I'm gonna have a fucking spaz attack when I open the menu and I look and I'm like, I didn't get the flippers. Oh no. I don't know if that's what I sound like, but I mean, that's what I hear when I'm listening to these videos. Hey guys, it's Zelda time! Who cares? Listen to that fucking goon. Fighting bats and snakes and rats. Jesus, princess! You'd think your shitty castle wouldn't be housing awful animals underneath it. Fucking cuckoo birds. I mean, I understand mice. Snakes I could almost grant you, but bats? You'd think you'd probably have like hired an exterminator at some point. If you saw a single bat in your house, you'd be like, fuck this. This is not happening. But you'll notice these walls over there seem to have like little patterns on them. We'll talk about that later. Right now there isn't a whole lot we can do. And I thought that you could kill enough enemies to get an item to break those walls. I was mistaken on that. And otherwise, I don't really care. Just gonna kill all the enemies. I know I could just walk through the doors, but I have this weird compulsion. I want to keep killing them to make sure that I get enough rupees, because you never know when you might want to buy something. Just safe. Oh, okay, I'll pull the switch over there. You noticed there were two, right? Like, you... Okay, this is kind of tutorial-ish, but I understand. I guess I get it, but... I don't know, I don't mind. And that opens the door, and... What's this one do? Oh yes, it's the patented castle snake switch. Now, far be it from me to question how this castle runs its business. Why in the hell? What purpose would you have for this room? Would you, like, drag intruders in here and, like, torture them to death with snakes, like Indiana Jones style? I don't know, like, that... I don't even know if... I don't think that's really even the castle anymore. It seems like that's like a secret passageway, but also at the same time, I'm not entirely sure. It's a goddamn Super Nintendo game. It's probably just supposed to... I don't know. I'm really questioning the logic of this game. It's giving you enemies, so it can teach you how to, you know, fight enemies, and it's giving you snake switches so that... I don't know. That I'm actually kind of curious about. They really didn't need to do that. It didn't really teach you anything other than sometimes the designers are going to put in and something you don't really need to drop fucking snake monsters on you. Whatever. The snakes are my favorite character anyway, so I'm glad to see them make an appearance. Oh, the princess's name is Zelda, alright. Well, that's a fucking coinky dink. Yeah, sure, whatever. And we get a heart. Fills up our life meter like Super Adventure Island did. This game is clearly parroting off of the success of the Super Adventure Island 2 franchise. But as for all of that, fucking who cares? We got what we needed. We're off into the real world now. No more princesses for a little while. But I'll see you next time, and we're actually going to get started on our adventure. Have a good one.